Hi, boys and girls. Well, as you know, we're learning about different forms of transportation, and cars were just one form of transportation. Well, if we wanted to go further, faster, then we really needed to travel by air. And the airplane helps us do just that. Airplanes today look very different from the airplanes of long ago. And this book is called The First Airplanes. Let's take a look and see what were the first airplanes and how did they look compared to what we see today. And the book is by Megan Cooley Peterson. Let's take a look and let's see if we're going to learn something new again today. Oh, yeah, baby. Going to get another wrinkle. Great, because I really needed some more information to share with the people around me. The first airplanes. Zoom! Airplanes soar through the clouds. They take people where they need to go. Hitch a ride in the world's first airplanes. Well, this one we know has jet engines because we don't see any propellers and definitely looks very much like the planes we see today. First flight. Wilbur and Orville Wright built the Flyer. It was the first airplane to fly with a person on board. The Flyer flew for 12 seconds. It traveled 120 feet. Wow, that one definitely does not look like what we would see today. Great job, Wright brothers. Monoplanes. In 1907, Louis Blériot flew one of the earliest monoplanes. It had only one set of wings. Today, most planes are monoplanes. That's right. I see a propeller on the front there, and that propeller to me almost looks like the paddles you would see on a rowboat or a kayak paddles. Huh, pretty cool. Wouldn't be much good in the rain though, would it? Flying boats. The F-boat was the first flying boat. Glenn Curtis gave the plane's body a boat shape. F-boats flew for the U.S. Navy and Army. That's pretty neat, because if you didn't have a runway on land, that means if you could find a good long body of water, you could land your plane on the water instead. The water would have to be pretty smooth, though. You couldn't do it on a rough day or in a storm. And we can see this one as a biplane. Do you know what we mean by a biplane? Well, that means it's going to have two wings. Four-engined airplanes. Igor Sikorsky made history when he built the Grand. It was the first airplane with four engines. So that would be two on one set of wings and two on the other set of wings. Now that one looks like you could travel in rough weather. It looks like it has windows and space to be inside. That would be a little more comfortable than some of the earlier planes. Metal planes. Hugo Junkers was the first all-metal airplane. Metal planes are stronger than early wooden and fabric airplanes. So before, when they were inventing planes, making them out of wood and fabric kept them light so they could have lift and get into the air. But once our engines became more powerful, we could build the plane out of stronger, heavier materials and still be able to fly. Jet planes. The Hinkle HE 178 could fly more than 400 miles per hour. It was the first jet plane. Nice. So you can see the plane itself is actually the engine. Here's where the air comes in and then rushes out the back. The Messerschmitt Me-262 was the first jet combat plane. It flew about 550 miles per hour. Wow, that's very fast. In olden times and long ago. Jumbo jets. Airplanes grew larger as more people traveled by air. The Boeing 747 held up to 490 passengers. This first jumbo jet had 6 million parts. Wow, that's a lot of parts. Could you imagine getting a Lego set that had 600 million parts that you had to put together? You'd be building for a very long time. Now, when I fly home to New Zealand, we fly home on jumbo jets. We have to sit in the plane for a very long time, 13 and a half hours. Luckily, they have meals and movies on board, so the time goes by, and you're allowed to walk around a little bit. It's a very big plane. Here's our glossary, our read more, and our internet sites. Well, let's find out what we're going to do today with planes. Scroll on down and see what your assignment is for today.